Us at over 25 crores. India has the largest adolescent population in the world. Statistically, every fifth person in the country is between the age of 10 and 19, but most of them have never had a formal sex education class, and this has experts worried about holistic development. In this edition of our ongoing series, Get Schooled, Kiran Khatri speaks to schools that offer this subject as part of their curriculum to find out how they're faring.
30-year-old Kabir Maan is an educational facilitator. He was 25 when he attended his first sex education class in a formal setting. He says it changed his life.
I identify myself as a trans person. I'm a trans man. अभी तक मुझे पता तो था, लेकिन I didn't have that time certain vocabulary. पर उस sex education से, gender sensitization से, I got my life on track.
Today, Kabir works with an NGO to spread awareness about sexual abuse and sex education to children in government and private schools, and says the content needs to go beyond just a basic lecture on human anatomy or morality.
The first or utmost tool is be open, be transparent, don't hide anything. हम अपने sexual organ को जब morality से जोड़ देंगे, तब problem हो जाएगी.
Organizations like Parvarish have succeeded in getting a few schools in the country to include sex education in their curriculum, but success is sporadic. I'm here at a Mumbai school that teaches children with learning disabilities. Sex education is an important part of their mental health module. The school believes that it is important for these children to learn this subject because they're at a greater risk of sexual abuse.
Now I want you to think.
Teachers at this school are trained and sensitized with the right vocabulary and terminology associated with the subject. The program has molded the school into a refuge for a 14-year-old child who's struggling with their gender identity.
It's a beautiful journey because she's completely accepted now within our school, extremely confident. It's beautiful to see kids completely accepting and acknowledging these aspects without any bullying, without any negative comments, or without putting any child down.
At Chennai's Sriniketan school, sex education is mandatory for students. The school felt it had to offer more than the CBSE recommended adolescent education program, given rising instances and reports on child abuse across the country.
We start very early. We start with kindergarten. We start with good touch, bad touch classes. We have puppet shows for children at that age group for them to comprehend what we try to say. And it goes right up to grade 12. We have age appropriate content for each of the grades. And we have our school counselor, in-house counselor, who goes around executing these classes.
A Montessori school in Hyderabad has added a robust curriculum on sex education this year. But the parents took some convincing, and it had to be careful to ensure the subjects covered were age appropriate.
There were some families that asked us, is it too early? Will it put ideas into my child's head? And then we actually explained to them like how it is done. Not every child gets everything. Our curriculum starts from bodily anatomy, goes all the way up to transgender, gender identity, gender fluidity, and rape and abuse and all of that. Obviously, we're not going to cover all of that for younger children.
Students at both schools have responded well to the classes.
If we face any troubles, we can approach them freely, and we have this comfort in mind that they won't judge us and they won't, push us aside saying that this is not for you.
I was quite comfortable with body talk, except for one part, which was when they were telling the female organs, because it felt a bit weird. In the next body talk session, I felt a little better.
The problem is that schools with such a curriculum are a minority, and there have been instances of pushback from both parents and communities. But many educators believe this is a crucial step as it teaches children critical life skills like body confidence and gender equity, and creates awareness around the prevention of violence, communication, consent, and respect. In Mumbai, Kiran Khatri.
And with that, it is time for us to wrap up this edition of Business 360. Thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned. The news continues here on CNBC-TV18.